This is Ryan Reagan, the founding partner of HKExcel. So you have IB tests and IB mock exams coming up. And a question that a lot of students have asked me is, how do I not choke during exams or tests? Before every test and before every exam, I presume many of you work very hard and study very hard. When you enter the exam hall, you get nervous and you get tense and you start making careless mistakes. And your score is often disappointing because you choked. So this is a very important question to answer. How can you stay mentally composed during the exam so that you perform to the best of your capability? Even in life, not just in the IB situation, there's a lot of high stakes situation where pressure is high. Maybe you're at the finals of your basketball game, or maybe you're performing in a concert, or you have an important job interview. You feel very stressful, but how do you perform well even when you're stressful? That's a very important question to answer. Now, the first step is, before you enter the exam hall, at least 30 minutes to an hour, definitely do not study. Do not try to do last minute revision. That is going to make you even more tense. It's just going to increase your mental pressure. It's going to damage your confidence. So what should you do? Before the exam, you should meditate, right? Like, stay calm. Basically, empty your mind and clear your mind. Take deep breaths. Be in a meditative state. I've used this before in many high-stakes situations, maybe in IB tests, IB exams, important interviews, important presentations. I've found that clearing my mind often helps my performance. It helps me to think clearly. Second tip I would teach you is called the lowest hanging fruit principle. When you enter the exam, always do the easiest question first. That will allow your confidence to build up slowly and slowly because you feel like you're in control. You're like, oh, these questions are so easy, right? So by always doing the easiest question first, it will actually build up your confidence slowly and slowly. And then when you reach the harder questions, you feel enough confidence to solve them. Now, chances are when you're in an exam, even if you're very prepared, there are one or two questions that might confuse you a little at the beginning. So what should you do if you see a question that confuses you? The first thing you should do is you should look around the exam to see if there are easier questions. Because as I said, you should always do the easiest question first, right? So look around to see whether there are easier questions. Now, if there aren't easier questions, then you should look at the question and be calm, take a few deep breaths, and then ask yourself, what concepts I studied are related to this question? Find concepts that are related to the question. Just scan through your mind. You will come up with a concept that is related to the question. Then you should think about, like, how can I apply this concept to solve this question? More often than not, you'll be able to find the answer. Now, if you really can't find the answer to the question, then just move on. Just forget about the question. Tell yourself, okay, this question is over. I'll focus on the next question. And don't let that one question ruin your confidence. Just move on to the next question. I hope you find this video useful. If you apply these strategies I taught you in this video, I'm sure you'll perform a lot better in your upcoming exam.